Hello, this is Gloor, and welcome to my Pecha Kucha presentation. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about how my personal learning network has evolved from week 1 to week 6 throughout this social media for learning course, and how I plan to apply it to my teaching profession. So, let's get started. Here you see my personal learning network from week 1. Most of my development was face-to-face or through experience. I had a little social media, but not much. So this is what I really wanted to strengthen. I wanted to become more familiar with different tools in social media and through technology that I could use for my own development as well as the development of my students. You may be surprised that I wasn't familiar really with Twitter before this class, but that was one of the first things I was introduced to, especially Twitter chat. I was into the Ed chat and the Tech Ed chat, as well as just uses for Twitter for my students in general to collaborate and share with people in the classroom and around the world. Google went all out with this one. This is a form of social media that we can use in the classroom. It's a great tool. You do so many things with this program. You can communicate with your students or their parents. They can, you post homework or tests or quiz. You can have them work on projects. You can have them collaborate. So great tool to have in any classroom. Here I put together 4 programs that I really like for viewing videos. All sorts of information can be, gained from watching these videos from YouTube, Vimeo, TED Talks, or the newest one that I found in this course was Common Craft that I'm really fond of. So lots to be learned and, so many interesting things on these sites. Here I've included 4 audio programs that I've become more familiar with throughout the course, like Spotify, SoundCloud, Music Player for Reddit, and of course podcasts like Freakonomics or Talk with Teachers. These are a more popular way to share ideas or listen to influential people, and I find them very easy to listen to in the background or in the car. Here we have 4 sites for visuals that I've become more familiar with throughout the course. These sites are great for finding photos that people have uploaded from all over the world in countless different contexts, and it's great for creativity, inspiration if you're teaching an art class especially, but students definitely find these sites interesting. Here I've included a number of tools that I could use in the class and have my students use to do various things like mind mapping, taking videos, infographics, creating avatars, sketches, working with sound and music, you name it. So again, just great applications for the classroom. Here's a couple other great tools that I came across, Kahoot and Soctiv. These are excellent tools to use in the classroom to take quick quizzes or tests or take polls or surveys. And it's a great way for shy students especially to have some input because it's anonymous and a heck of a lot of fun. But of course, my favorite tool is Google Earth, not just because geography is my teachable, but there are so many uses for this, and I've just found out that you can connect it to Google Plus or Twitter, and there's a blog that runs with it. So again, so many uses for this, and every kid finds it interesting, and of course, so do I. So, great tool. Here I've included some sites that I use for news feeds and resources. As teachers, we don't always need to reinvent the wheels, so these sites are great for finding information and resources on a topic from other educators. And again, getting inspiration and helping with the process. This just makes it so much easier to narrow in on the information you're looking for. But the site that I found most useful for news feeds and resources is Pinterest. It's a great way to find resources, collaborate with other teachers, get lesson plans, get materials, and any kind of information. And again, it's a great way also for students to display their knowledge on a collaborative online platform. So here's some great websites that I came across that are good for making presentations. They're good for making websites, blogs, flyers, you name it. And they're good for teachers and students because they're very easy to use, very easy to learn, and they make any presentation visually appealing. So my favorite program that I learned about for making presentations is Adobe Spark, and as you can see, there's 3 main applications. You can make stories, you can make videos, and you can make flyers. These are great ways for students to demonstrate their knowledge and learning, and it's, again, very easy to use and very visually appealing. This is another great tool for teachers or students to use in their presentations. It's iBooks Author, and you create textbooks, but unlike conventional textbooks, you can do so much more. They are interactive. You can add all sorts of different widgets, and they're, again, easy to learn, very visually appealing, and you can share them with anybody around the world. So these are some sites that I've become more familiar with, like similar to Google Plus, that are excellent for creating an e-learning environment. And with this, you can have a paperless classroom. You can give feedback more quickly. It's easier to manage homework, and all sorts of communication just becomes more easy and simplified for your students. Another great program for the e-learning environment is Blogger, which we use throughout the course. Students can use this to share their work with other students or their parents. They can keep a record throughout the course to see how they've progressed. They can collaborate on work, they can get feedback. And as teachers, it's just a great way to, again, work with a paperless environment. Another great writing tool in the e-learning environment is wikis. And my favorite is Wikispaces. This is a great tool for students to be able to access, edit, and create different works online. And it can also be controlled by the instructors. So again, just a great tool to use in the classroom. And finally, we have Edmodo, which is a program that looks and feels like Facebook, but was actually designed for students and teachers and parents. Again, a great e-learning website if you want to go paperless. It's student-friendly, easy to use, and has all the tools of other social media all wrapped up into one. And that's it. So here's my personal learning network from week 6. As you can see, it's gotten a lot bigger. All the yellow and orange boxes are from the old one, and everything else is new. That's all the things I've learned throughout the discussions, the assignments, from my peers, from you. So I've had a great time in the class, and thank you for watching.